Welcome to Book Solid, the home service growth podcast. Helping service businesses capture more calls, respond faster to leads, and turn more opportunities into book jobs.
Imagine this. A customer calls about a leaking water heater at 8 a.m. Dispatch sends the nearest tech, great on travel time, but the tech arrives without the replacement part or the skill to troubleshoot the specific valve. 2 trips later, the job is done, the customer's patience is gone, and your margin took 2 hits. I've seen this pattern enough to call it an avoidable habit. Proximity-first dispatch that forgets skill match costs, money, and trust.
Here's a quick case study. A regional plumbing company I worked with averaged a 68% first visit fix rate on some common job families. After a short skill match dispatch pilot, they hit 86%. That's a 26% drop in return trips for those jobs. Over 1 month, they converted saved travel and labor into net margin gains equivalent to adding nearly half a tech without new salaries. Numbers like that change how owners think about routing.
So why does send the nearest tech fail? It's simple. Some jobs are predictable. A thermostat replacement, a specific gas valve swap, or a combi boiler part change. Those are job families where skills and parts matter more than a shorter drive. If you always prioritize proximity, you trade a little travel time for a lot more repeat trips. Over time, that erodes margin and schedule reliability.
The core fix I want you to try is compact and practical. A 4-question dispatcher profiler you can add to intake that takes under 30 seconds. 4 binary or quick choices that tell you whether this call needs a specialist or the nearest tech. Here they are. 1. Is this a repeat or repair on a previously diagnosed issue? Yes, no. 2. Is the problem tied to a known part number or brand that often needs specific expertise? Yes, no. 3. Is there any sign of complexity, multiple systems affected, safety concerns, or gas electrical ties? Yes, no. 4. Is the customer available for a short wait for a specialist today, or do they need the earliest arrival? Specialist willing, need earliest. Answering those 4 cuts the guesswork. Pair that profiler with a simple 1-page tech skill matrix that lives on the office wall and in your dispatch app. Fields to include: tech name, top 3 specialties, certifications, special tools carried, commonly stocked parts, and recent availability. Date and version the sheet and assign a single owner, someone in ops who keeps it updated weekly. Make it short enough to read in 5 seconds from a whiteboard or app tile.
All right, routing rules. These are the guardrails your team actually follows. Rule 1. For pre-selected high-return trip job families, prioritize skill over proximity by default. Rule 2. If a customer explicitly asks for the earliest arrival and the profiler shows need earliest, send nearest and flag the job for a post-visit parts follow-up. Rule 3. Hold 1 specialist slot in each dispatcher's day for urgent specialist routing. It's a small buffer that prevents specialist work from getting delayed. And Rule 4. If the profiler is ambiguous, default to a 2-step. Send nearest with a text saying, "We might need a follow-up specialist," and schedule a specialist hold in the afternoon if needed. Now, I want to model the dispatcher to tech handoff so your team can hear the exact lines that reduce misunderstandings. Picture the dispatcher briefing the tech. In a steady, no-nonsense tone, the dispatcher says, "Mark, 10 Oak Street. Customer reports intermittent gas valve failure. Brand is X, part possibly required. This job family is skill match flagged. Bring your valve kit and the diagnostic manifold. If you can't confirm repair on first visit, call dispatch before ordering parts." Now the tech replies in a practical field voice. "Copy. I'll confirm model and call if I need parts. ETA 11:20. Short, specific, and sets expectations. Pilot plan. Low risk, high clarity. Run a 7-day pilot focused on 3 job families that historically produce the most returns. Think water heater thermostats, gas valve swaps, and complex valve packs. Daily logging fields: job ID, profiler answers, dispatch tech, first visit fix yes or no, return trips, parts ordered, travel minutes. Aim for a sample size of at least 50 jobs across the week. That gives you a signal without overcomplicating operations. At day-end huddles, log 1 quick note: what worked, what techs reported, and whether the profiler slowed calls. Measurement. The numbers you care about. First visit fix percentage for those job families before and after, return trips per route day, booked jobs per tech day, and travel minutes versus saved trips calculation. A useful quick calc: if each return trip costs you an average of 90 minutes of tech time plus travel and parts, multiply saved return trips by that minutes cost to see margin impact. Track these daily during the pilot and compare to the previous month's baseline. If you don't have a fancy scheduling app, no problem. Low-tech variants work. A whiteboard matrix in Dispatch, printed van cards listing each tech's top skills, and a quick 60-second team sync at shift start. In the app world, pin the one-page matrix as a dispatcher dashboard tile and add the 4 profiler answers as discrete fields in the intake form so you can filter jobs later. Don't let text tool limitations be an adoption blocker. Make the matrix visible and effortless to use.
Training and adoption are intentionally light, a 10-minute dispatcher briefing, 1 role play, and include a rotating tech representative in pilot governance so techs feel heard. Run 1 role play where the dispatcher asks the 4 profiler questions and the tech explains what items they really need for the job. That role play is the fastest way to win buy-in because techs see how the system protects their time and reduces wasted trips.
Before I wrap, a quick troubleshooting note. The profiler will increase call handle time if you let it. Time box it. Keep the questions binary and train dispatch to move fast. If you see SLA slippage in your pilot, roll back scope. Only apply skill-first routing to the top 2 job families until dispatch builds rhythm. Also assign an owner to keep the matrix current. A 5-minute weekly update slot prevents stale data and bad routing. Okay, the actionable checklist you can use Monday morning. 1. Pick 3 high-return trip job families. 2. Add the 4-question profiler to intake scripts. 3. Build the 1-page tech skill matrix and date it. 4. Set routing rules and hold 1 specialist slot per dispatcher day. 5. Run a 7-day pilot logging the fields I listed. 6. Review first visit fix percent, return trips, and travel minutes versus saved trips. Use those numbers to decide whether to scale. If you want to skip the blank sheet and use our template, go to the episode landing page and use code SMD-EP1 to download the Skill Match Matrix and Pilot Tracker. The download includes a printable 1-page matrix, a sample intake form with the 4 profiler fields, and a pilot logging spreadsheet that does the math for you.
To finish up, Skill Match Dispatch isn't about stocking every van with every part. It's about smarter intake and routing so the right tech shows up the first time. Less rework, happier customers, steadier schedules, and healthier margins. Try the 7-day pilot. Keep it simple, involve your techs, and watch how a few small questions at intake change your week.
Thanks for listening. If this helped, go grab the free matrix with code SMD-EP1 at the episode page, profitpulse.biz, and put the 4 questions into your dispatcher script this week. Turn more calls into booked jobs.